Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hike 365 live show. On this program, we'll share information about our ongoing challenge to hike 365 miles in the calendar year 2019. This is Happy Trails Hiking, and we provide content on a healthy lifestyle and park travel.
Tonight, we have a fun show for you. I'm so excited. We have a guest. Listen, John from Big Crazy Outdoor Adventures is here with us. He and Matt hiked the Devil's Toll race on Saturday, and I get to interview them. I'm so excited about the trail that they covered, as well as the race. So let's get John to introduce his channel. Welcome, John, and thanks for joining us tonight. Can you tell us a little bit about what people will find when they come to Big Crazy Outdoor Adventures?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. And so, yeah, I'm Big Crazy John, and I create videos with friends and family. And the videos are for, our camping events, hiking, biking, campfires. Some of my recent videos was a Lake Wapapello, Missouri State Park review, a 5K make tracks through the zoo, and having some videos coming up later this year for Mark Twain Lake, Table Rock Lake, and really looking forward to our Utah trip to see the 5 national parks out there. So
nice.
That'll be awesome. We loved Utah. That was great. So if you all have questions for John and Matt as they talk about their trek this weekend, please make sure to put either at Happy Trails Hiking or at Lori Bryant, who's also in the chat, and she's going to moderate questions for me. Make sure that we catch them. We are going to get to our miles and our stats for the Hike 365 challenge closer to the end after our interview is over with. So I do have a question for the both of you. So tell us a little bit about the race. Can you tell us about the route you took and how many miles it was and things like that?
Well, I'll give sort of a quick overview and then let John fill in the blanks. So this is a hiking race, and it starts at Sauk Mountain in Missouri, which is roughly 1,700 feet. I'm probably not exactly right, but that's the neighborhood. It is the highest place in Missouri. Now, for those of you who are from places other than Missouri or have been somewhere else, you'll probably say, well, that's not very tall. And that's true. It's not, but it's the best we got. So you start from Sauk Mountain, and you hike 13.5 miles to Johnson Shut-ins, another state park in the area. Pretty rugged trail, some elevation change, but the big challenge with this hike is the impact that it has on your feet. So there's the quick synopsis. John, what do you got?
Yeah, the impact on the feet is spot on. I was complaining about that at the very end because I think I even said I had like raw hamburger for feet when we were done. It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's one of the hardest hikes in Missouri. I like it a lot. I wouldn't suggest it for everyone, but it's a good one.
Awesome. Okay, so I did a little research after the fact since I knew I was going to do this interview, and it's on the OTA. So Ozark Trail Association is the one who put on this race, and you are racing on the Ozark Trail, and they say about the Taum Sauk section of the Ozark Trail, this is one of the finest trails in Missouri. It's rugged, scenic, and passes by one of the best swimming areas you'll find, meaning Johnson Shut-ins. Would you say that this is a true description of the trail?
Rugged, yes. Scenic, yes. We weren't hiking so fast that we skipped by the views. There are several places where even in the peak of summer, there are lots of beautiful views.
Awesome. Yeah, I think so. John?
Yeah, I to that point, I was saying earlier that we did this hike back in January, and the views are even better in winter because obviously there's no foliage. So it's definitely different hiking in summer versus winter, and then my preference is winter.
Concur.
Okay. Yeah. Well, have I hiked it in the winter? I don't know.
We've hiked in the winter. We haven't been on that trail necessarily in the winter, but
okay.
Generally speaking.
So the author of the description for the OT Taum Sauk section says it's hard to understate how great this section of the OT is. You have 1.5 billion year old mountains. igneous glades, springs, grand vistas, odd rock formations, and a swimming hole with natural flumes. And this author, if he could only do one hike on a trail in Missouri, this would be his choice. Says the Taum Sauk section, which goes from Taum Sauk to the Scour Trail. This trail will slow you down. You'll find your average speed to drop to about a mile an hour for your normal pace as you negotiate rough terrain. One person described the tread as, quote, a natural stair-stepping machine. And then do you think that description describes the trail fairly well? And what was your average pace?
I think our pace was like 2.4 miles per hour because it was, we were going about 24, 25, minute miles. So wouldn't you say that's about right?
Yeah, we came in at just under 6 hours all total.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Matt, you and I have done this race for the last 2 years, or almost this race. We'll get to that in a minute. Get to the differences in a minute. But so what you bettered our pace this
right.
time.
In past years, I think you and I did. Last year was maybe 6.5 hours, and the year before that it was pushing
over
7.
Yeah, I would say.
So that the stair thing, I would actually disagree with that characterization, because stairs imply that it won't twist your ankle on every step.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like if the stairs had been built by someone that was just completely plastered and didn't know anything about building stairs, then we might be a little bit more accurate.
Yeah, those are the worst stairs I've ever traveled over.
Yeah, it's just every step is a potential ankle breaker.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, I found that to be true as well.
Hey,
guys, go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, with that point, and some of the people that are like trail running this, I'm like, how do they get? They must be very agile because they can they're very fast on the not rocky portions. So, and like I guess the person that or the couple that won the hike, they had to been going like 4 or 5 miles, somewhere between 4 to 5 miles per hour. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like running to me.
Yeah, that's not like.
Yeah, the folks that are fast, it's just amazing how they can do that. That's true athleticism.
Yes. Hey guys, let me take a quick break. Say hello to the chat. And chat, I do want to let you know that our guest tonight is Big Crazy John from Big Crazy Outdoor Adventures. His channel is in the description, as well as he has been typing in the chat. So if you can find Big Crazy Outdoor Adventures, you can just go to his channel and hit that subscribe button because he's got some awesome content. But hello to Airstream as a Dream, Lori Bryant, Steve, the Outdoor Nomad. Hey, Steve, how's it going? Must be down at the store there in Johnson Shut-ins. Oh, getting some Wi-Fi. And then DNS Adventures is here. Hey, Shane and Deanna, if you're there. And Blaze, the puppy. And then Christina from Marty's Crew is here. Hey, crew. They're in the van. Say hi.
Wow. Long time no see.
Right. And we'll talk about them a little bit later on. And Armadillo Junction came in, as well as Hike with Mike and Tech for Your Needs. Luis is here. It's good to see all of you. Thank you all for coming. Be sure to hit that like button. And if you don't already know Big Crazy Outdoor Adventures, please be sure to stop over and hit the subscribe button. So awesome. Yeah, so we've been talking about the Devil's Toll race, and Matt and John just hiked 13.5 miles on Saturday and took part in the Devil's Toll race. So, Matt, we've done it in the past. What were the changes that you saw on the route this year from last year to this year, or whatever, other than the hail? There wasn't any rain.
Yeah, so noteworthy changes this year were no hail, no lightning. I was actually looking through some old photos, and there's a picture that a colleague on the trail took of Kay and I with lightning behind us. So the weather was fantastic this year. So that was really good news. The route was a bit different. In previous years, it's ended at the Scour. This year, it actually ended at one of the pavilions in the boulder field in the Johnson Shut-ins Park proper. So similar route, but a little bit different in other ways. Also, because we had multiple people, we didn't ride the bus this time, so we took our own vehicle to the trailhead.
Oh yeah, I drove, and Amy came with me, which was really nice yesterday morning. And we bought cinnamon rolls, so
Those were
that
awesome.
was good.
Yeah,
Those are
cinnamon
very
rolls
good.
at the end from the Abbey in
Ironton, Missouri.
Ironton nearby. Yeah.
So if you're gonna go hike any section of the OT that ends up in Ironton or close, yeah, you have to stop by the Abbey and get the cinnamon rolls.
Thank us later.
Just saying. Anyway, so John, what did you think of the trail? I mean, you hiked it in the winter, and now you've hiked it in the summer. You said you liked it better in the winter. What's the difference? Give me some comparisons.
Well, we really lucked down on the weather. I mean, it was like somewhere between 70, 80 degrees, and it was overcast all day. We didn't get rained on. It was perfect day for weather-wise. I was more picturing, and one of the reasons Amy didn't want to go hiking on it was like she was expecting 100 degrees and 100% humidity. So, but we did not have that. So that's and so the difference. There's a lot of poison ivy and ticks and bugs and and there was a snake at the end.
We found a snake.
I hate snakes, so
I got to see John tap dance.
Exactly. I looked down. I was about to practically step on the thing, and then Matt got to see the tap dancing and jumping around like an idiot. So it was that was pretty funny. But yeah, I don't think that was a venomous snake. So.
No, I don't think it was. We saw some pictures of snakes this morning at Elephant Rock.
Oh, yeah.
And there were like 2 or 3 pictures that like could have been that snake, but none of them were venomous. So I don't think it was.
What do you think it was?
I forget. It was like some kind of like weird name.
We saw another snake today. I got it on film.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a black one, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Christina from Marty's Crew says, Tony's sad he missed the tap dance. You should have reenacted it last night at camp.
Yeah.
There'll be other chances for that.
So I guess my next question for the two of you is, what did you do to train for 13.5 miles of some of the hardest terrain here in Missouri?
I definitely didn't train my feet enough. I feel like I should have done more longer hikes. But Amy and I actually did a hike last weekend at Quaver River State Park, and we did about 6 miles there. But that's one thing I wish I would have done more of, is longer hikes to break in the shoes, break in the feet kind of thing. So.
Okay, Matt, what did you do?
Well, I didn't train specifically for this hike as such, but I think pretty much everyone in the feed knows that we hike quite a bit. Now, we don't do long hikes, but we hike enough to keep sort of a base level of fitness. So if you're not an active hiker or runner or something, and you're not used to hiking on this terrain, you probably shouldn't do this hike, beginning to end, all at once.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are accustomed to spending time outdoors, and you've got boots and you have a little level of a certain amount of fitness kind of in general, you could probably do it. But my preparation was just the hiking that we typically do on the weekends. I probably should have been a little bit better about being extra hydrated going in. Because I ended up drinking quite a bit of, I would have drank fluid on the trail no matter what, but I kind of feel like I was a little bit dehydrated at the beginning. I kind of had to try to drink a little bit more to catch up.
So Airstream is a Dream was going back to running the trail, says getting better at rock hopping while trail running, and you still have to watch every single step. So yeah, if you guys have questions for John and Matt, please stick them in the chat, just like Armadillo Junction did. Says, at Heavy Trails Hiking, how much water did each of you carry?
Roughly 3 liters apiece, although mine was in the form of Gatorade because I wanted the calories.
Yeah, I had 3-liter Camelback bag and 2 16.9 ounce bottles. I put electrolytes in, and that was very helpful.
That's awesome. That's great. Tech for Need says, how many times do you all hike in a month?
I don't know, we're out at least 2 weekends a month. I mean, ideally we'd hike every weekend, but that's not practical.
Well, last month we got every weekend, but they were really short hikes. And this month we got last weekend, and Matt did big hikes this weekend. I did little hikes this weekend, and we probably won't get anything for the next couple weekends. But then we'll get big hikes.
Yeah, we'll get some in.
Yeah.
I would say we probably do 1 to 2. We definitely don't hike as much as you guys do, but we try to work them in. You know, we're camping at least once a month, if not more, and we're always trying to get outside. So
yeah. Well, I mean, you clearly have a very good level of fitness, because for the most part, I was, you definitely set a very strong pace.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we've been doing the 5K training, and I think the running definitely helps prepare you for as far as cardio. And I've been trying to work out every day, at least 30 minutes. So I think your statement about having a base level of fitness really helps.
Awesome. So I did want to say hello to Food Forest Permaculture. Hello, Howie. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming. And then Jay the Silencer came in, and Panic D Paranormal History came into the chat. Thank you for coming tonight, Panic D. I know you have a live show coming up here soon, and if you have a link for that, if you'll drop it, I would love for you to do that. Hike with Mike says, me and my buddy had to abandon our hike on our last camp out. We left gear so much rain in the past week. I think I'm going to have to swim back to camp to get it. It's so flooded. We're going to talk about flooding here in just a few minutes as well. And Jay the Silencer's from Redding, California. Yes, awesome. Oh, you don't have a link yet. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, there has been so much rain around here as well. So I only had those questions for you, and I don't know that I had any big things. John, I do want to hear more about your vacation. So you're taking off sometime in the fall, I guess, to head to the Big Five in Utah. So can you tell me a little bit more about which parks you're going to hit and how long you think you'll be in each place?
We're doing Zion, Bryce, Capitol, Canyonlands, Arches, the 5. At one point we were going to try to work in the north rim of the Grand Canyon, because I've never been to the Grand Canyon. I really go. But it just logistically it was going to be too much, and I don't want to short the parks, because those 5 parks are awesome. So I felt like I was gonna it's too much. So I think we're sticking with the 5, and we're probably gonna spend, we're going in September timeframe, and we're gonna spend I think 5 days in Moab, and kind of use that as 2 of the parks are right there. We're gonna kind of be between 2 of the parks, and I know one of the days that we're gonna be there, we're not going to the park, but we're going to rent a side-by-side and do a little off-roading. So
nice.
Cool. Hey, DNS Adventures is going to be in Utah in the fall too. Shane says maybe we can meet up. So you guys know how to get a hold of each other. Actually, Shane was the one who connected you and I in the first place, John.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Hey, Matt, should we go over some stats here? Or no, let's talk about our camp out. Okay, so let's see. For those of you who've been hanging with the Hike 365 Challenge for a long time, you'll remember that back in February, March, we started talking about a Midwest YouTuber camp out, and that we were going to put this together. Well, John jumped on this really fast and said, hey, if we're going to do that race together, we're going to camp. You should camp. Blah, 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 blah. And I don't know exactly how it all came together, but we just had 4 YouTube channels and my sister. So, who's Lori Bryant, who doesn't have any content, but you can subscribe to her if you want. Anyway, we just met at Johnson Shut-ins over the weekend, and we had a great weekend. The channels that were there were Marty's Crew Our Family Adventures, Big Crazy Outdoor Adventures, Happy Trails Hiking, The Outdoor Nomad, and Lori Bryant's there. And then Big Crazy Outdoor Adventures also has one channel, Tori, one of the daughters from not Big Crazy Outdoor, Marty crew.
Yeah,
Marty's crew.
different
Sorry.
crew.
You don't have any daughters, do you, John? Anyway,
No.
Marty's crew. I'm giving you kids. Don't tell Amy. She'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Anyway, Marty's crew, our family adventures, has a daughter named Tori, and she has a channel named Catastrophe Crafts. Lori's laughing at me now. In the other room, I can hear her. So we have the link to the show that Panic D is going to be on, and Carol with Hike With Me is here. So thank you for coming. But we just had a great time, and please look for pictures on our social media from the meetup. But we had a great time. I don't have pictures off my camera or off my phone or anything yet. But we had an awesome fire last night and steak. And there was more food.
Chorizo and wings
and
cobbler,
spinach artichoke
artichoke
dip and s'more stuff and beer and
and bourbon.
Yeah.
bourbon. We had bourbon. That'll be
cobbler. The cobbler was really good. So
Cobbler
good
was
on
really
servings.
Yes, yeah, that's great. Happy Trails Hiking says it came together so well because we had a great planner. Well, John does a nice job. Thank you all. Thank you.
He did a great job.
This was the easiest meetup I think I've ever planned. I just said, hey, get your own campsites or hotel rooms, and we'll meet at our campsite at this time every morning. We'll go do these stuffs. And we had a great location. I mean, a great location for a meetup. If you're going to meet up with people in Missouri, Johnson Shut-ins in the summer pretty much can't be beat.
It's definitely a good spot.
And Elephant Rocks this morning. Oh my goodness. It was just fun. It was fun to watch the kids and even the adults just explore and find things that, I already love about our state, and just see them enjoy it too. Oh, Steve said, and Cajun rice and beans.
There you go.
Yep, that's what Steve had for dinner last night. So it's all good.
Yeah, I think
thanks.
Johnson Shut-ins is my favorite park, and Echo Bluff is a pretty awesome state park. It's a new one and has a lot of amenities, and there's a lot of riverways close to that you could canoe and whatnot on. And but Johnson Shut-ins, I just like the Taum Sauk, the park itself, and just the camping there. You're not like in Echo. It's like a big parking lot. Whereas Johnson Shut-ins, it's very much you're in nature. There's trails all around, and it's a good combo.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I think it's a great place to go and see. For those of you who might be new to watching, we are interviewing John from Big Crazy Outdoor Adventures and Matt. They did the Devil's Toll Race. And can you tell us a little bit, gentlemen, about the features on the trail? What are some of the things you saw as you went through the 13 miles? Because there are some landmarks.
Waterfall, the Sauk Falls.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little bit of water in it. And
Yeah.
if you're not familiar with Minnesauk, it's a wet weather waterfall. So if it hasn't rained, it'll be dry. And it wasn't flowing as much as I would have expected given the ridiculous amounts of rain that we've had, but it was flowing a little bit. We got some kind of typical Ozark mountain views.
What's it named after?
What?
The race is named Devil's
the Devil's Toll Race? Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Two very large rocks you walk between.
Well,
it kind of looks like it was split in half.
Okay. It's rhyolite monoliths on either side, and they're 54 feet tall. I'm sorry. Gonna take his head off here. But it's a gate. I guess not a gate, but it's like if it were connected on top, it'd be a huge archway, but it's not. It's just two monoliths in between the trail. So that's cool. And Outdoor Nomad says this place is just amazing. And there's a man-made feature that you can see on this trail as well.
Oh, there's a reservoir there that you can see that's used for water storage and electric generation. Yeah.
Panic D says, 13-mile race. Kudos to you guys. So yeah, congratulations on even completing it. A couple years ago, we were on the trail, on the race, and there was a lady who wrenched her knee and had to be taken out via side by side or four wheeler or something. The Park Service had to come in and rangers had to come in and get her. So, but
I don't know. In terms of features, did we cover everything, John? Did you use anything that we didn't get?
You said typical Ozark views. I keep going back to the views. It's one of my favorite parts, but I don't know. It's rugged terrain. We talked about that. The reservoir, obviously, there's a little bit of history there with the reservoir and the reservoir break a few years ago that created the Scour, which is a very unique thing.
right, and I'll cover the Scour in our meetup weekend, because the rest of the folks who were not on the hike with Matt and Matt and John, I took them over to the Scour, because what had happened was in 2005 there was a breach of the Sauk reservoir, and billions of gallons of water flowed down through the valley, basically, and scoured the land. And you'll see it in the video. You'll be able to see it. And I'm sure that Marty's crew and Steve, the Outdoor Nomad, will cover that as well on their channels. You'll get to see the actual Scour. And you guys finished it through the Scour. Like, you got to walk through it this year.
Yeah, and that was sort of an interesting point in the walk. Of course, at this point, we've gone 13.5 miles, and we're just beat. And now you got to cross with the Scour, and it's flooded. So it's like 3 water crossings all at once. You go through the first one, yeah, okay, great. Go through the second one, fine. The third one is not the Scour, it's the Black River. And the rocks are super, super slick. And if you've ever been in a mountain stream, I can kind of have that little slime feel on the rocks. Now, not always, but in this case, that's what it was. And I actually fell in the river, I was like, well, all right. See, I got soaked last year because of the rain. This year I got soaked because I fell.
Yeah. Well, you didn't get soaked this year. Your legs were pretty wet.
I didn't have to buy a new wallet, so that's good.
That's true. That is true. That's good. John, you took a nap this afternoon, you said, so you didn't get your miles in.
No.
But I put them in. That took care of your miles. But I guess we're half an hour in. So the point of this lovely live show is to talk about our miles for the Hike 365. And people have been putting up some amazing miles. So let's go ahead and get to that spreadsheet. Are you ready to cover that, Matt?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me get that one up then. And John can just relax for a little bit. There we go.
Okay, so our regulars are probably used to seeing this, but if you haven't seen this before, what we're doing here is we're giving you an overview of where we are in the challenge. So as you go down the first column, that's the team name. The second column represents the week that we are in now, and that says week 22. So I've hid weeks 1 through 21 just so that you can actually read a little bit of what's here. So we're going to go down that second column and the rule labels here. So Airstream as a Dream got 62 miles in this week. That's very high.
It was on the AT. It was the finish out to his AT.
Right. Okay. So that's on the Appalachian Trail. Okay. So Big Crazy Outdoor Adventures, 13.5 miles. Carol Hike With Me has 8. Dana and Eileen, 3 miles. Happy Trails Hiking, 13.5. Hike with Mike is 3. Chris Zagoni, 61.6 miles. That's insane as well.
On the AT as well.
Wow.
Up in Pennsylvania.
Outdoor Nomad, 22.6 miles.
Woohoo.
Steph Outside is 11.81, and Vicky Marshall clocking at 13 miles. And so then moving over to the next column, you see the grand total. And I'm not going to read that column, but that is what everyone has so far to date.
For a total of 2,667 miles, 0.22.
Right. So then moving over to the target column, that's like if you were getting an average of 7 miles a week, what your number would be now. So if we just look, for example, Happy Trails Hiking, we have 105.83 miles, and we should be at 154. So we're at 68%. So that's how you can read that.
We're over 50, though, this week. So we're happy with that.
So
Okay.
we've got some leaders out there. Vicky Marshall's consistently high on the number. She's at 244%.
She's already finished her hike 365.
Oh.
She's at hike 377.
Well, we're going to change it for, it's going to be the hike 700.
Oh, okay. Arizona Timeless Tourist came in, as well as, oh, I guess I've got everybody. Oh, hike with me. I got Carol already. And DNS Adventure says, if you guys do this again next year, count me in. Sorry for slacking this year. No slacking. Everybody's doing a great job. And you guys just started a new adventure for DNS Adventures. They just started full-time in it this year.
Okay.
So,
well, you can start sending in miles. I mean, you can start anytime.
yeah, I can actually, Shane, I can send you a link via Twitter to just start sending in miles if you want to. You got a lot of catch up to do, but you got it. Hey, Diane SFNG. She's part of our health challenges here. It's good to see you. No, you're not too late. We're just going over our miles. Next thing I like to do is go over our map. So I did make a map this week. It's a little bit sparse, I would say, but we're, people are putting in miles, and I want to share where we have hiked this week. So let me share that map with you real quick.
Yeah, the number of reports this week was a little bit lower.
Yeah, I'll send out an email to the hike challenge, to the challengers, so that we can get a few more miles in. This is Carol with Hike With Me, and then Vicky Marshall put some stuff in this week. Cliff Reiser had a conference, so he didn't get any miles in. Hike with Mike's up here, and then this is the Outdoor Nomad and us. So he's been traveling. Can you tell?
Yeah, it's kind of like going along the line there.
Yeah. Inside Wrestling says, nice workout videos on my page. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. This show is a little bit different than those Workout Wednesdays. This is the Hike 365 live show. And if you are new to our channel, which I don't know that I've seen Inside Wrestling before, this is Happy Trails Hiking. And here we cover park travel as well as living a healthy lifestyle. And tonight we're talking about our Hike 365 challenge tonight. And Alejandro Perez is here, and he says, don't forget to upload his. Okay, well, Alejandro, it's never too late. You can always upload miles. We'll let you get it in there.
It'll just count for next week.
Yeah, there you go. It'll just go on next week's stuff. So I did have some pictures that people sent in.
That's my favorite part.
This is your favorite part. Great. Excellent. Chris Oconee got his 60 some odd miles on the AT up in Pennsylvania. And so I wanted you guys to get to see his pictures that he sends in. And he sends in very large files of pictures. So I just we'll show a couple at a time. So commemorating the Appalachian Trail, Georgia to Maine, 75 years. So it's 80 years old now. Did I do that math right? No, 82 years old now.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Ish.
And yeah, he's just got some beautiful pictures from his AT hike that he did last week.
Rhododendron.
Oh, is that a rhododendron?
I think
You
so.
would know.
Yeah.
Yep, that is. You're right. Fun stuff. And that's Chris Oconee. And that looks like some of your trail, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been the same.
John, does that look familiar?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that looks a lot like Missouri.
It does.
Reston setting up camp. Oh, some beautiful views. I would say they have some higher hills there than you guys saw last week.
Yeah, that's probably much higher
Ooh,
elevation.
there he goes, John. Don't look too close.
Are you tap dancing?
Tap dance. Wow. Okay, we'll say wow to the views. How about
There you
that?
go.
Chris?
Oh, that one. Wait, go back.
Oh,
That's
go
really
back.
Cool.
Sorry. Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That scares me. This person, is she going to do a handstand or something? Because, wow. Probably just stretching, but still. The Appalachian Trail is an amazing trail. Oh, look at that pano.
Nice panorama.
Look at the bird. Look at that bird.
It's a plane. Oh,
No, it's a
Superman.
bird. Oh, neat. Okay. It's a graffiti crown.
What is it?
It's a cairn, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Painted rock or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't speak that language, whatever that is.
It means go Vols.
Oh, actually, we're supposed to be saying "Let's Go Blues" tonight because the
Right.
Blues are playing right now, finals of the Stanley Cup.
That's right.
Yeah, that is a weird tree.
Kind of looks like a face. Because
Kind
you've
of.
got the two eyes kind of at the top and then a deformed nose and sort of a snout curving over to the right.
I think that looks like a monkey right there. With the monkey eyes, nose, and then the mouth. No? Okay, never mind. Next
No.
picture.
Yeah. Moving on.
Moving on. Hey, look, that's a centipede. Something. Pennsylvania all rocks, says Airstream is a dream. I see that. Nice. All right. So I could show you like hundreds and hundreds of pictures that Chris takes. So they are very, very pretty pictures. This one, oh, we showed it last week, but it's worth repeating. This one's from Marty's crew. And that's from their hike last week. So anyway, they got lots of bugs last week, but they found this wet weather waterfall that they didn't even know was there. So
Oh, nice.
that was last week's. And then trying to remember, that's our store. So I didn't get too many pictures this week, but that's all right. We'll get more for next week. It's a millipede, Hike with Mike says. Thank you very much. Let's go Blues. Exactly. Hike with Mike says, I missed the mountains. I hope they get to Alabama or Georgia mountains in the you hope to get to those mountains in the fall. We're going to get to the Tennessee mountains in the fall. So in October, we're headed to Gatlinburg.
Right.
Right. Yes.
Not camping this time.
Not camping, no. We're going to get up to Niagara in September, so that'll be fun. Oh, Food Forest Permaculture says, hit that thumbs up. So I appreciate that. Oh, Bruins. Oh, okay. So Airstream is a Dream is voting for the Bruins, but we're in St. Louis, so we're going to have to vote for the Blues. Otherwise, we're going to get thumbs downs. No, just kidding. Bruins are up. Oh, no. Well, congrats, Airstream is a Dream. They're up right now. I'm going to have a whole lot of sad friends on Monday.
Well,
If they
haven't
lose.
lost yet.
Well, if they lose.
Yeah, they haven't lost yet.
They haven't lost yet. I mean, they're not going to lose.
That's only 1 point.
All right,
Yeah.
good.
A lot can happen.
They're in the second, so.
Well, they've got what? Second period. Okay.
Yeah, second period.
Very fun. Okay, so we've done spreadsheet. We've done total miles. Great job. We've done map. We've now talked for longer than we ever have, I think. We're doing really well. John, do you want to add anything? I don't have any other questions. You
I really like those T-shirts.
I really like yours too, but these are phenomenal T-shirts. Does everybody see it? Matt's is one
BCOA.
color. Mine's the other. Here, I'll move my hair. See?
So,
Get
it's got
outside.
the
and have some
tagline,
fun.
get outside and have some fun.
I
Yeah.
love that tagline. I wish we'd have thought of it. Anyway, no beer tonight. Oh, no, Matt has beer. Tell him what you're drinking, Matt. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so a lot of times on the show we'll talk about what we're drinking. Like, cause this when we first started doing live shows, it originated as more of a happy hour type of a show. But this evening I'm sipping on the Elysian Space Dust. It's an IPA. It's a little bit on the bitter side. I mean, it's an IPA, so of course it's bitter. But it has a little bit more bitterness than maltiness, so it's slightly out of balance, but it's still really good.
And I'm drinking good city water.
We do have good water here.
We do. It's really nice. Yes, the shirt is awesome, and I really like them. I could show, I guess, you wanted to show the picture?
Well, I wasn't sure I'd even seen that picture.
Oh,
Oh, no, that's just
sorry, that's
the
my
cover
thumbnail.
photo. Okay, then I
Yeah.
hadn't seen it. All right, never mind.
I could run and go get the magnets that I was going to use
Oh, where
to
are they?
show up. They're right over there.
Okay. You guys keep talking.
Oh, I'm supposed to keep talking.
I'll go get 'em.
So, so someone mentioned flooding earlier. I think Hike with Mike mentioned flooding, and Matt and I actually went and did a video last week of the flooding in our county. Some of the parks that we're used to going to, the Katy Trail. Have you ridden your bike on the Katy Trail, John?
I have. It's
You
an
have.
awesome trail.
Yeah, you can't go from beginning to end right now. It's a little bit broken.
Yeah.
But-
Well, you even showed part of the kind of it was broken where you were at, right?
Oh yeah, downtown St. Charles. So we showed the flooding. Lakeside 370 Park is one that if Matt and I just need some miles in, we will go walk around Lakeside 370 Park. But we had a levee breach here in St. Charles County in Missouri, and it flooded the whole entire park. You can't get within a mile of it from east to west. actually, you can't get there east of it. And then you have Highway 370, which is why they call it Lakeside 370 Park. But so you have Highway 370, and it's high enough right now, and there's a levee before it, so it's not flooded. But you can't get within a mile of Lakeside 370 Park. And I tried to show that in the map. Maybe I have that as a screenshot. Let me just see. It's somewhere. That's downtown St. Charles. There it is. So this map I used in the video, but I felt like it went by too fast in the video. But I'll show it anyway. So I was right here on this Salt River Road. And the city of St. Peter's is here, Main Street and all. And then I was on Salt River Road, but I was right here on Salt River Road before you got to Mid Rivers Mall Drive. Lakeside 370 Park is right here. Water was up on this road right here. So all of these houses that you see right here, they're gone.
Totally floated in.
They're just rooftops. And all of these farm fields are no longer farm fields. And when I was driving along 370, or when I was driving and you could see and I wrote, these were supposed to be fields. That's these right here. Fields that it looks like a lake. So yeah, it was really bad. So Lakeside 370 was here, and all of this right now is water, all of it. It's really sad. And then the other one is right here. This was the other map that I put into the video thing. And it's of the Missouri River in St. Charles. And so I was standing right here and walking along the Katy Trail. And you can only get to, I parked in this parking lot. This is the Missouri River. The Missouri River is actually clear out to the Katy Trail. We had people fishing from the Katy Trail. Boop. And then I would walk along to about right here, because there's you could get to here. And this is the pavilion that you see in the video that's all flooded in. And then this is the band shell that's all flooded in. So this is the band shell. Sorry, right there. But anyway, it's just crazy flooded. And yeah, that video is done really well. Big Crazy Outdoor Adventures asks, Matt, what was that Colorado beer I need to get?
Was that the Imperial Stout that I referenced?
No, it's probably Dale's, the Oscar Blues.
Yeah. So if was it an Oscar Blues?
John?
I think it might have been.
So that I did mention last night, there is a beer from Oscar Blues called 1050, which is a barrel-aged Imperial Stout. TENFIDY, and it's really quite amazing.
Oh yeah, that's yummy. Yeah. I really like
that. That's the one you said. Buy that, and if I don't drink it, you'll buy it from me, right?
Yeah. Buy it. If you don't want it, I'll buy it. I'll buy it from you.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll be on the lookout.
There you go. Yeah, Hike with Mike says, I remember your video from last week. It was insane. And they were supposed to crest over the weekend, and Matt wanted to go downtown, get the St. Louis Arch stuff. I just don't have time this week. We've got a really busy week this week. For those of you who follow along with the health challenge, I will not be on Wednesday and Friday for sure, and possibly not on Thursday. So we'll just have to see. Tony really enjoyed the Stalipa, says Christina, and Outdoor Nomad says Dale's. So that's
okay.
That's what
so
had.
Just a little context. We talked beer and swap beer over the weekend. And we shared a Dale's Pale Ale from Oscar Blues with the Outdoor Nomad. And Tony and I split a Stalipa St. Louis IPA from Urban Chestnut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
both are favorites. So
yeah, our camp out was fantastic. It was just a nice, relaxed time, and I just enjoyed it so much. So I think that people are interested in having us do a Midwest Camp Out 2020. So we will.
Could happen.
I'll be there.
Okay. We will keep that in mind for next year. Maybe we'll start planning it a bit earlier so that we can get more campsites.
Yes. More adjacent campsites.
Yeah. We were kind of scattered all over the campground. And some people Well, I wasn't sure if Steve, the outdoor nomad, was even going to get that. So, Christina says, yes, do it. So it sounds like Marty's crew's in as well. So hopefully we'll have another camp out for next year that we'll be able to give you more information on. And I know that we can't, you can't reserve Johnson shut-ins really early, but about the time you can reserve it, you have to. So
it's like 6 months, isn't it?
Probably.
I think so. You have to do 6 months out. And I reserved our campsite even before we had ALF.
Right.
So
we didn't even know what we were going to be camping in. It was kind of funny. It was like, Kay was talking to make the reservation. I was like, how long's your trailer? She's like, 25 foot.
I made it up. Anyway. And Carol Hike with Me says, maybe have a camp out more her way. So, John, are you up for going to Arizona?
Well, we're going to Utah. So.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Hike with Mike says, I don't drink a lot of IPAs, but when I do, I drink Swamp Head Brewery in Gainesville, Florida. I love their Stump Knocker beer. I like the name. That's a fun one.
That sounds like a beer stumping beer.
Yeah, it sounds like something that Carolina Chris would like. The beer stumps. Did you see his beer stump video, John?
No.
Oh, you'll have to check out Carolina Chris Outdoors and his beer stumps. They're pretty funny.
I've seen some of his videos. I haven't seen this beer stump though.
Oh, well, I'll send you the link.
Okay.
That's good. Well, I guess I'm out of content for tonight. John, do you have anything that you would like to add to our fine folks out in YouTube land?
Thanks for having me on. It was a great hike yesterday. I really enjoyed it. Thanks, Matt, for teaming up with me. It was a good time.
Yeah, thanks for hiking with me. I enjoyed the company and enjoyed the good hike.
Good.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Congratulations on a great hike. And to everybody in the chat, thank you for coming tonight. We really appreciate you being here and all your support of Happy Trails Hiking and the Hike 365 Challenge. And we will be back next week. And until then,
cheers, y'all.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.